Hey guys, this is Marco Garcia. I am the co-founder and chief operating officer here at Rocktomic Labs. Thank you so much for joining today in this live presentation that we're hosting. I gotta be frank and transparent with you. This is actually my first YouTube live that I ever do. And so bear with me on the technicalities of doing a YouTube live presentation. And if I do make a mistake, I do apologize in advance. But it is true. This is the first live presentation that I do in this platform, and it's the first of many that I will be doing over the next couple of months. The whole idea or the whole purpose of these presentations is to give you guys as much content as possible, as much information as we can, and also being able to answer any questions that you guys may have. We do have a lot of people that want to work with us, and we figure that this is one of the best ways to get our message, to get our information out there, right? So that you guys can learn as much as possible about this opportunity and how you can benefit from Rocktomic Labs. Okay, so again, this is the first time that I do a live presentation in this platform, so I will do my best to not screw it up. So bear with me on going about this, okay? So again, this is a live presentation that I'm hosting right here from my offices. And today we're gonna do a brief presentation about two key points. And we do get a lot of questions about those two key points, and so I figure those are the best two subjects to start with, okay? So let's go ahead and start with our presentation for today. Okay, so the first question is, what is Rocktomic Labs? Okay, so I get a lot of questions on consultations on Facebook, Instagram. We do have a very big social media presence, and so a lot of people that are interested in working with us, they ask, Marco, what is the difference between Rocktomic Labs and other suppliers, other manufacturers of supplements? Basically, what are you guys, right? What do you guys do? What are your core businesses? What are your services? And so this is a first key question that I want to go over today, right? What is Rocktomic Labs? And in a very simple way, Rocktomic Labs is a private label supplement brand launch platform. Okay, so we are a company that can help you create and launch your very own and unique supplement brand and business. Okay, now over the years we have seen that the interest into doing your own supplement brand has been growing exponentially, right? So a lot of people want to do their own supplement business, and one of the main reasons for that is because it is extremely profitable if you know how to do this properly, right? Tons and tons of people, not just here in the US, but across the globe, are looking for health alternatives, right? They're looking for supplements. They're looking to supplement their daily diets through products like collagen, omega-3, multivitamins, etc. Okay, so there's a lot of interest into doing your own supplement brand launch. And Rocktomic Labs has made it a lot easier and possible for a lot of people to actually do so. Okay, and we're gonna elaborate on how difficult it is to launch your own supplement brand here in just a little bit, but that's mainly who we are. We are a private label supplement brand launch platform, and we can work with people here in the US. We also have clients in Canada, in the UK, in Australia, in China, so we work with anybody from anywhere. Okay, that's one of the beautiful things about e-commerce, is that you can create and run your business from anywhere on the planet, and our services support working with people from many different places. Okay, so in short, that's who we are. Okay, we are a platform so that you can create and launch your very own supplement brand, and the idea is that you have all the products and services available to you so that you can do so. Okay, now elaborating further in regards to who we are and what we do, first thing that I want to say is that Rocktomic Labs is based in the United States. Okay, so we are a US-based supplement and CBD supplier and contract manufacturer. So that means that every single product that we have is manufactured here in the United States. right? So we don't outsource the manufacturing to other countries, other nations. Everything has to be done locally, and the reason for that is because that's how we can keep the quality control checks in place. Okay, so we are a US-based supplement supplier and contract manufacturer, and we have more than 100 different supplement and CBD products. Okay, so we have more than enough for anybody to start their own brand. Very soon we're gonna add 30 new items to our lineup, which are amazing ultra quality supplements, and most likely in the next live that we do, we're gonna introduce and present those new products that are pretty much pharmaceutical grade. They're very high quality products, and we're pretty sure that our clients and prospect clients are going to be very excited about them. Okay, but we have more than 100 products that you can pick from, and we have everything. We have sports nutrition, we have general health, we have CBD products, we have weight loss and detox, we have superfoods, right? We have our super greens and super red superfood products. We also have male enhancement supplements like testosterone boosters. We also have the generic supplements that everybody needs, right? Like omega-3, probiotics. So we have a very wide selection of products that you guys can private label and you can build your brand around. Okay? So like I said, all the products that we have are manufactured here in the USA, and they are manufactured at FDA registered and GMP certified facilities. Okay? So every manufacturing facility that we work with is registered with the FDA. That's very important, and they're also GMP certified. GMP means good manufacturing practices. It's a certification that these manufacturing facilities need to have to ensure that everything that they're doing so with the highest standards of quality possible. Okay? Now, something very important is that every single product that we have is third-party tested by external laboratories. And why is it important for you, right, to have third-party tested products? If you have products that are third-party tested, you are ensuring to your customers that the products are free of heavy metals, contamination, bacteria, and we are one of the few suppliers of supplements that actually gives you access to the certificates of analysis so that you can check on things on your own. Okay? There's a lot of manufacturers and suppliers that are very shady, and they don't actually share with you the results of the analysis done to the supplements. We, on the other hand, want you to have the absolute trust and confidence that the products are good to go for consumption of your from your customers. And so that's why we give you access to those certificates of analysis so that you can check that everything is clean, everything is good to go. Okay? And so since we do the third-party testing of the products, all the products we carry are insured by the manufacturing facility. Okay, that means that if there is any quality issues with the products, the insurance of the manufacturers will cover any occurrence for up to $2 million. We're talking about quality issues, right? If there's heavy metal, contamination, etc. Okay, so it's very important for you when choosing a supplier or a supplement manufacturer to work with, right? That they offer insurance for the quality of their products, and we offer that to you. Okay? So in addition to all those things, we also help you with branding. We can help you with label design for your products. And we can also help you with regulatory compliance, which means that we can check on every label and all the information on the label to make sure that they are compliant with current FDA guidelines for supplements, for supplement labels. Okay? We also do websites for you. We can create your online store, and we can develop the content of your store as well. We work with WordPress, with Shopify, and also with Wix, and we can also look into other platforms. But the idea of Rocktomic is that it is a platform that has everything that you need to create your supplement brand. Okay? Now, in addition to all this, we also do bulk orders. Okay, so you can buy bulk orders from us from all of our products, so that you can sell at your local gym or at your practice if you are a doctor or a practitioner. If you have a physical store, you can buy in bulk and you can sell directly at your physical location. And one of the most important things about Rocktomic is that our MOQs are super, super low. Okay, for bulk orders, you can just buy from 24 units per product, okay, which is something that is unheard of in the supplement industry. Okay, so you can start your supplement brand in a physical store with very minimum investment. And we can also do custom formulations. Okay, so that means that we can make your unique capsule or powder, and we also have the lowest MOQs in the industry. You can create your own custom formula for just 288 bottles. Okay, so super, super low. Now, there's a lot of information that I'm giving you, so as we go through the different presentations that we're going to be doing in the monthly, I'll be elaborating on all these key points so that you guys can learn as much as possible about Rocktomic and what we do. Okay? And finally, we provide fulfillment. That's right. So we can do drop shipping of every order that you sell through your online store, and we can ship those products directly to your customers, and we can do that worldwide. Okay? And also, if you have inventory already, let's say you have inventory that you have manufactured with somebody else, you can also ship that inventory to our facilities, and we can fulfill it directly to your customers, and we don't have any warehousing fees for that. Okay, so a lot of interesting things that we're doing here at Rocktomic. You may know a little bit about it through our advertising or previous presentations, but if this is the first time that you are here and the first time that you watch a presentation from ours, there's a lot of things that we can help you with when it comes to creating and launching your own supplement brand. Okay? So that is one of the main questions that I always get from potential clients, right? What is it that you guys do? Who are you? And then there's a second question, right? And this question is, I would say, the most important one, right? This is the second question that I always get asked on my consultations or via email or phone calls, which is, what is the difference between Rocktomic and everybody else, right? What is the difference between Rocktomic and a traditional supplement manufacturer or supplier? And so it's a lot of information, and usually my consultations are very brief. They're not longer than 15 minutes. And so hopefully with this presentation, you will be able to understand what is the difference between Rocktomic and other supplement manufacturers. Because the truth is that there's a lot of options out there, right? There's a lot of supplement manufacturers here in the US and also abroad that you can work with. And it is definitely a challenge when you want to start a supplement brand, right? It's a challenge to know which one to go with, right? Or what to look for when selecting your supplement partner, either the manufacturer or the drop shipper, right? And so what I did here is a comparison table between the traditional manufacturers or the traditional approach to start a supplement brand, and also how we are different from these traditional manufacturers. Again, there's a lot of options out there, and it is important that you do your due diligence, right? When you're selecting your supplement manufacturer, that you reach out to them via email or through a phone call or consultation, and that you ask all the questions about the products, specifications, quality controls, etc. It's super important that you do that instead of just going all in and just selecting one without doing your checks, right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about the difference between Rocktomic and the traditional manufacturers, so that you can see the difference between working with us and working with all the other options that there are out there, right, when it comes to your supplement products. So the first thing that I want to talk about is product inventory, right? So for anybody that wants to start a supplement brand, that's the number one thing that they have to think about. They have to think about, where can I source my products and what are the conditions to get these products? Well, with traditional manufacturers and suppliers, they're going to ask you to buy a high MOQ. Okay, MOQ stands for minimum order quantity. Okay, so the traditional suppliers and manufacturers, they're going to ask you to buy upfront hundreds or thousands of units every single time. Okay, now if you are an established brand, if you already have 2 or 3 years in the market and you have a clear understanding of your sales and what your volume is on a monthly basis, then it is not as challenging to get high quantities of product as it is for somebody who is just getting started, right? Because when you're getting started, and we know this firsthand, Like you are figuring out a lot of things. You don't know how many units you're going to be selling per month. You have to figure out your advertising and your marketing, right? You may want to do Facebook ads or Instagram or TikTok, but when you're starting, you have no idea of how many units you're going to be able to sell the first week, the first month, the first 6 months, the first year. Like, and nobody knows that. You can have your projections, you can have like a solid business plan, but at the end of the day, like, you have to go through it and have a little bit of data to understand what your volume is the first couple of weeks and the first couple of months. So if you go with a traditional manufacturer and you go ahead and buy, let's say, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 units of different products, like, you have to consider that you're going to have those products sitting somewhere at a warehouse and the clock is ticking, right? Because those products are going to expire within a year and a half or 2 years, maybe 3. So you don't have forever to sell those products. You have to move them within a certain time, within a certain time frame. So if you buy a lot of inventory up front, you are running with the risk, the financial risk, right? Let's say you don't sell too many of your products. Let's say it takes you a little bit to figure out your advertising and your marketing, right? What do you do with all that inventory that is just sitting there, right? There's tons and tons of people that I've talked to over the years that they have done this when they started. They bought, 2,000, 3,000 units of like 10 different products, and after a year, they start to worry because they haven't sold enough and they have an expiration date on those products, and then once that happens, they just lose their capital. Like, there's no way to get that money back. Once you buy the products from the manufacturers, they're done. They're happy. They sold you the product, so now it's your problem, right? So buying high MOQs right from the get-go is a huge risk for any brand that is just getting started. And so with the traditional manufacturers, that's the only option. The only option is you buy 500 units or 1,000 units or 2,000 or more, and that's it. There's no way around it. So you either buy or you don't. But if you don't buy, you cannot get started, right? Because you need to have your inventory. And so with Rocktomic Labs, we have created a business model, which is called the private label dropshipping business model, where you have no need to buy inventory up front. And that's pretty crazy for anybody who has tried to do this in the past or is actually doing it, because what supplement manufacturer or supplier is going to give you the chance to start without having to buy any inventory up front? Okay, and that's what we do. We don't want you to buy inventory up front, right? Because the idea is that you use your capital for your advertising and your marketing, not on product or anything else, right? And that way, you don't have the risk of having inventory just sitting there that you have to quickly sell before it expires. And so that removes the pressure, right, at the beginning, and allows you to focus on the most important aspect of your business, which is, getting your sales in, right, doing your advertising, your marketing. So Rocktomic Labs can get you started with your own supplement brand with no MOQs, absolutely no inventory purchases up front. Now, a lot of people say, how can you do that? How is that possible? That sounds too good to be true. How can Rocktomic make any money if Rocktomic has all the inventory and I don't have to buy any of it up front? Well, the truth of the matter is that you have to see us as your investor partner. So we are investing on the inventory. We are getting it manufactured. We are going through all the formulations and quality control, and we have the product at our facility ready for you to sell it through your online store. And we are taking that risk. Now, why are we able to do that? Because we have clients right now, we have several clients that are selling all of our products every single month, right? So we have been able to find amazing clients that are selling our products to their customers every single month. And so for us, even though it is always a risk, we already have that momentum. And the more clients that we have in the system, that allows us to have more buying power, to have more product, more inventory, and have different items added to our catalog so that you don't have to invest in the products, right? So we are doing that for you. That's why I said you have to see Rocktomic as your investor partner. So we are putting up all the capital to buy the products so that you don't have to. So once you go through the process with us and you have your labels and you have a website and you start selling, if the first month you sell 1 bottle, that's great. You'll pay me for that 1 bottle, and that's it, right? And then if the next month you scale and you do 100 bottles, that's beautiful. You know, we fulfill those 100 bottles for you, and then you pay us for those 100 bottles. And as you continue growing and scaling, if you sell 500, 1,000 units, 10,000 units, you know, we will be buying all the inventory for you so that you can have it there available for drop shipping. Okay, so we are able to do it because we have clients that are able to sell their products, and we have new clients coming in every single month, and they go through the process and they start selling. Okay, so it's just a matter of us believing in our clients and making sure that they have all the tools so that they can properly launch. And we have right now more than 9,000 people in the system that are doing this. We have more than 9,000 clients that are either going through the onboarding process or they have finished the process and now they're actively selling every single month. Okay, so it is not too good to be true. It's just a business model that we've been able to figure it out, and it's working for us, and it's also working for our clients that we have at the moment. Okay, so that is the very first thing that I want to discuss, right? With other suppliers or manufacturers, you will have to take on the financial risk of buying inventory up front. Okay, but with Rocktomic Labs, you don't need to do that. If you want to sell our protein powders, just select those products in your onboarding process, get labels assigned, put them on your website, and then start selling them to your customers. And when you sell those products, your customers will pay you in your online store, and then when we fulfill those items, you pay us for the cost of every order. So you basically pay us after you have been paid by your customers. Okay, so there is virtually no risk for you when it comes to the inventory. Okay, again, we have more than 100 different formulas, and we have 30 new items that we're going to be adding very, very soon, and so you have a lot of options to get started. Okay, so that is the number one thing that sets Rocktomic apart from everybody else. Okay, we don't want to get paid first. We want you to get paid through your sales, and once you get paid, then you pay us for us to fulfill those products to your customers. Okay, so again, it's zero risk when it comes to the inventory. And there's other benefits of that too, right? There's other benefits such as not having to worry about warehousing, not having to worry about expiration dates, not having to worry about formulations and research and development, not having to reach out to different vendors to get quotes on bottles, on capsules, on this, on that, on raw ingredients. Like, it's a lot of work. and I can tell you that because I'm the one who does that at Rocktomic. I'm the one who handles pretty much all of those angles, and it's a ton of work. Okay, so we've made it possible for you to launch your brand without you having to go through all of that. And all we ask is that you do your best with your marketing, your advertising, your sales, so that you can put your products out there and sell them to your audience so that you can get paid, so that you can get money, and that's how we make money as well, right? With the wholesale cost of the products that we offer to you. Okay, now if you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and type them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer them to you as we go. And again, thank you for being here today in this live presentation. Hopefully this information that I'm providing to you will help you to understand exactly what it is that we do and how we do it. Okay, so that's the first thing. No MOQs with Rocktomic, whereas with everybody else, they're going to ask you to buy inventory up front, and so is your risk, is your problem if you sell it or not. With Rocktomic, we've taken on that problem, right, so that you don't have it. Okay. Second thing, which is very, very important, is with other manufacturers, if they make products for you, if they manufacture a supplement for you, and you want them to store that inventory at their facilities, they're going to charge you a daily or monthly fee to do so. Okay, and that could be a huge expense if you are not able to sell that product quickly. Right? Let's say you have to park that inventory at their facilities for 6 months or even a year, and they charge you $100 or $150 per month at the minimum. Like, it's a lot of money at the end of the year. With Rocktomic Labs, since we buy the inventory and we warehouse it, there's no need for you to pay for any warehousing fees. right? Because it's our inventory and we have it at our facilities that we are paying with our own dime, right? With our own money. So, and this is very special. Even if you have your own inventory that you made at a different manufacturing facility and you want to ship that to Rocktomic so that we can do the drop shipping of those units directly to your customers, with that format, I'm not going to charge you for warehousing fees as well. Okay, and that's something that nobody else is willing to do, right? There is absolutely no manufacturer facility or warehousing facility that will host or carry or hold your products at their facility for $0. Okay, we do that because we understand the difficulties of launching a supplement brand. We understand how difficult and how expensive it is, and we have the space. We have a lot of space. We have a huge facility here in Lawrenceville, Georgia, which is where we do our fulfillment every single day. And we have a lot of space, and we want to provide that space to our clients so that they can have all their products, right? Their Rocktomic products plus any other products that they may have sourced from somebody else. The idea is that you ship everything from one place. And logistically, it's also a benefit to you, because when you have multiple locations doing shipments, you have to cover multiple shipping fees, right? Because every facility that ships an item for you, you have to cover the shipping expenses for that product. But if you ship everything from just one location, in this case our facility, then you save on shipping, and you can offer better options to your customers when it comes to the pricing, right? For supplements, fulfillment, and also for shipping. Okay, so that's another benefit of working with Rocktomic. If you sell our products, or if you send us your products for us to drop ship for you, there are no warehousing fees at all. The only thing that we ask is that you're actively working so that you are selling your products, right? That's all. That's the only thing we require, is that you're selling products, is that you're moving products every month. There's not a specific number of units that you need to, but if you're doing one a month, at least you're doing something, right? You're doing, some type of effort. Okay, so that's the second thing. Let's move on to the third difference between us and the rest, right? Traditional manufacturers offer little to no guidance on branding and regulatory compliance. Okay, so this is a very important subject of discussion. Every product, right, every supplement has to have a label, and every label has to have a specific information in it. And when we say information, we're talking about directions, we're talking about warnings, disclaimers, supplement fact panels. So basically, every label has to have different types of information in it so that the final consumer can fully know what's in the product, and that protects them and it protects you from possible liabilities or lawsuits. So a lot of manufacturers and suppliers, they just sell you the product. They just sell you the bottle with no labels. And so you have to buy inventory from them, and then you have to go to an agency or a branding agency or a compliance agency so that they can help you with label design and regulatory compliance, right? To make sure that everything that you have on your label is up to code based on supplement guidelines for labels, on label guidelines for supplements that are established by the regulatory offices like the FDA, for example, here in the United States. Okay, so traditional manufacturers usually don't get involved in that, right? They sell you the bottles, they sell you the product, they make you sign a waiver saying that you are fully responsible for how you promote and advertise and how you label the product. So basically, the liability is on you 100%, right? So with Rocktomic, we want to help you with that because it's one of the most important things about your brand, right? Making sure that you're compliant with FDA guidelines for supplement labels. That's super, super important. And so with Rocktomic, we can help you with everything. We can help you with logo design. We can help you with label design. And every label is reviewed through a regulatory compliance board to make sure that all the information that needs to be on your label is there. Okay, all the warnings, directions, disclaimers, if there are any mentions of benefits, right, there is a way to properly add those to the labels. We need to make sure that all the supplement facts panels are according to what the product actually is. We have to list all the active and the inactive ingredients. And there's basically a checklist, right, that we have to follow to make sure that your labels are fully compliant. And Rocktomic can help you with that. And we do that for our formulas, and we also do that for custom formulas if you create one with us. Okay? So Rocktomic Labs offers a turnkey solution for your branding and also for regulatory compliance. Basically, there is absolutely no product leaving our warehouse unless it has a label that has been fully reviewed and it is compliant with FDA regulations for supplements. Okay? And we do that to protect you, to protect your business, and also to protect Rocktomic and everything that we're doing. Okay? It is super important that final customers, right, final consumers, it's important that they have all the information that they need to make a purchasing decision. It is super important that, for example, the labels have listed all the allergens that may be found in the product. Okay, so and the regulatory compliance that we do for every label involves checking all that information and making sure that everything is there. Okay, we also have to do that compliance review because there's a lot of clients that do their own labels, right? There's a lot of clients of ours that they go to Fiverr and they have their own designer teams, and sometimes these people they don't know the regulations, right? They just make a label that looks nice. They just make a label that looks cool. You know, they just make a label that they think with this label you're gonna sell a lot. And so when we receive sometimes those labels, we see a lot of anomalies. We see a lot of issues with compliance, and we have to go back and forth with them, make sure that they correct the label so that they are compliant before they start selling with us. Okay? That's one of the main reasons why we have been in business for so long. It's because we take extra care with the quality control of the manufacturing of the products, and we take extra care with label compliance. Okay? So Rocktomic helps you with that, and trust me, that will save you a lot of headaches down the road. It will save you a lot of issues down the road if you do it right from the beginning. So it could be a little bit tedious to go through the back and forth of branding and compliance, but we do it for a very, very good reason, right? Which is to protect you from potential liabilities for not having all the proper information on your website and on your labels. Okay, because it's not just about the labels. Like, you also have to have a compliance review in your website, and we do that before we integrate your website and before you start selling. Okay, everything is there to help you with your business, right? And to make sure that your customers are getting all the information that they need to consume your products safely with no issues. Okay, so that's number 3. Number 4, traditional manufacturers usually don't help you with fulfillment, right? So you buy inventory from them, and then they ship the 1,000 or 10,000 units to you or to a warehouse, and now is your problem, right? So their job is just to sell you as many products as they can, and that's fine, that's their business. But for you, it's a big issue, right? It's a big concern. For one, you have to handle all the logistics of that inventory being shipped from one facility to the other. And keep in mind that when you're shipping inventory from one place to another and then to another, all those shipping expenses, they have to be added to the retail price of your product so that you can make that money back, you know, and on top of that, being able to make your profit, right? So if you have, let's say, 5,000 units and it's costing you $500 to ship that from one place to another, and then $500 to ship that from another place, or from that place to another one, that's $1,000, right, that you have to add to your overhead, to your cost per unit. So the more logistics that you have to handle for your products, then the more expensive the cost per unit when you're doing the math, right? So you may have purchased a unit for $5 a unit or $3 a unit, but then when you consider shipping, when you consider, you know, credit card fees and all the expenses to move that product around, you know, it could be from 3 to 5 or from 3 to 6, right? And that's a huge jump on your cost for the products. Or even if you're buying, you know, at $7, $8, $9, those $2, $3, $4, $5, they make a huge difference on your final profitability. Okay, so most traditional manufacturers, they do not do your fulfillment. They just sell you the product and then they ship it to whatever location you want. With Rocktomic, since we are the ones manufacturing and buying that product and warehousing it, there's no need for you to pay for moving that product around. We are already assuming those expenses, and so with that, we can do the fulfillment of those units directly from our facility to your customers directly. Okay, so this is a beautiful thing. So basically, your customers are going to go to your website, they're going to place an order for your products, and so in our facility, when we receive that order in the system, we're going to pick the products that your customers bought. We're going to print your labels on demand. We're going to apply those labels to the products. We're going to package that order, and then we're going to ship it directly to your customers. So you're saving time, you're saving money, and you don't have to have a staff or a warehouse or an office space to do this yourself, right? We already do it ourselves for every single order that comes through the online store of thousands of clients that we have in the system right now. Okay, so we do in-house, on-demand order fulfillment, and this is blind shipping that we do, meaning that your customers, they're not going to see any information about Rocktomic on the packages. Okay, that's what blind shipping means, right? So when they get the package, when they see the shipping label, they're going to see only shipping department, they're going to see your brand information and the detail of the products, and they are not going to know that Rocktomic is the supplier or the drop shipper of those products. And that's how you want it done, right? You don't want your customers to know that Rocktomic is the source of your products and the fulfillment. And what the main reason for that is because if they go to our website and they see that the same product that you sold them for $30, the cost of that product is $7 or $8 or $9, they're going to be pissed, and they're not going to buy from you again. Which is it's interesting because that's how everything is anyway. But at least nobody wants to see that, right? Nobody wants to know, how much it costs you to buy that product, because they're going to feel that you overcharge them, right? That's kind of like a natural thing. So for that reason, our fulfillment center, our address, like you will not find that on Google. Like if you type our fulfillment center address and you go to Google Maps, it's not going to show us Rocktomic because we want it to be that way. We don't want people to start looking for, the facility or the place that it shipped from, because we don't want your customers to know that Rocktomic is the source of your products and the source of, where the products are being shipped from. Okay, so we do blind shipping, and that's why we don't have our warehouse listed on Google Maps or Google Services or any other website. That way, everything is blind shipping and private label. Okay, and that's the way that we want to keep it. Okay, but we do on-demand order fulfillment. So if this month you sell 10 orders, we're going to ship those 10 orders to your customers. If next month you do 1,000 orders, we're going to ship 1,000 orders, and we do that for every single client, Monday to Friday. And that's our main business, is drop shipping orders on behalf of your brand. Okay, and that saves a lot of money to you and your business. It saves a lot of time, a lot of hassles, because again, fulfillment is tough. Fulfillment is a very, very complex job, and I know because me and my team, we created the whole process of doing the fulfillment, so we understand how tough, how difficult it is, how challenging. And you have to deal with multiple vendors. You have to deal with vendors for the boxes, for the bubble mailers, for the wrapping, for printers, cartridges, ink. I mean, there's just so many things that you have to consider, that having a partner like Rocktomic that can handle your fulfillment for a very small fee per order, it's an amazing thing, and it really can help you scale your business. Okay, and we have a lot of businesses that they started from nothing. They started with no brand, no audience, no sales, and they were able to scale their businesses to 1,000, 5,000, 7,000 orders per month, only because of all the services that we provide through our order fulfillment. Okay, so that's a very important difference between traditional manufacturers and Rocktomic, right? They don't handle fulfillment, they don't want the headache, but we do, because we understand that that's how we can help you grow and scale. And as long as you guys are selling and making money, that's how Rocktomic makes money as well. So for us, it's a great investment of our money and our time to have a fulfillment center here in Lawrenceville, Georgia, so that we can ship from the US to anywhere in the world. Okay? Again, guys, if you have any questions, any doubts, you can go ahead and type them on the chat. I'll be happy to answer them. Okay? Now, let's go to the fifth item in this comparison between the traditional manufacturers and Rocktomic. Okay? The fifth item is that most manufacturers, they're not going to set up your online store, right? Manufacturers, what they do is they manufacture product. That's it. So they're not going to get into all the technicalities of building a Shopify store for you or a WordPress site. And so you're pretty much left to your own device on that matter. So you have to go and, look for a developer or go on Fiverr or maybe watch a tutorial and try to do it yourself. But believe it or not, that's where a lot of people get stuck, right? It's on how to set up their online store, which is their e-commerce platform pretty much, right? So Rocktomic Labs can actually help you with that 100%. Okay, we can create a Shopify store for you, or a WordPress and WooCommerce store. We can even do Wix. We can do a Wix website for you. Okay, so we can create your store for you. We can upload the products. We can upload the 3D images of the products. We can upload science-based descriptions of every product to every product page, which is very, very important. Nowadays, you have ChatGPT and you can produce content for anything that you want. But even us doing it for you is simpler than that, right? It's more simple because we just upload it. We have it ready for you. So there's no need for you to do anything for your product descriptions. So we upload your products, your 3D mockups. We provide the content for the products. We can set up your shipping. We can completely set up your page to a point where the only thing you have to do is get a payment processing company to approve you for a merchant account so that you can collect payments for orders as your customers place those orders in your store. Okay? So we do a turnkey solution for online store setup, and this is the most important thing, we do the integration for you. Okay? We connect your store after we set it up. We connect it to our fulfillment software so that when orders are being placed in your website, we receive those in our system so that we know what we need to fulfill for every single customer that buys from your online store. Okay, so there's a lot of technicalities here, right? Doing an e-commerce business, a lot of gurus or a lot of people out there in the cyberspace, they say it's very simple and it's very quick, but no, like building a business and setting up an online store and everything that goes with it, like it's a lot of work, right? And there's a lot of things that you need to do. So Rocktomic has hired an in-house developer team so that they can do all the setup and all the integration for you for very reasonable pricing. Okay, better pricing than just regular developers out there online. Now, the benefit of working with us with online store setup and integration is that we understand how our fulfillment works. So who better than us to actually build your store, right, and do your integration for you. Okay. So very important, once you buy product from manufacturers, the traditional ones, they give you the product and then they're done, right? That's as far as they go. With Rocktomic, we help you with label design, order fulfillment. We can build your online store and get it integrated to our system so that you're basically getting all the services, all the core services that you need so that you can properly create and launch your business. Okay? Now, something important is, and I always say this to everybody that I talk to, all potential clients that I come across with, I always tell them you need to have a business plan, right? You need to have a solid business plan and a solid advertising and marketing strategy, okay? Because that's how you find success with us and with any e-commerce type of venture, really. You gotta have a solid business plan. And when you're talking about a business plan, we're talking having a very clear idea of who your target audience is, a very clear idea of what products you want to sell to that target audience, and then when it comes to your advertising and your marketing, having a clear idea of what channels you're going to use and how you're going to use them. Okay, and in the next live presentations that I'll be hosting every single month, I'll elaborate more on those two things, right? On having a business plan and having a solid marketing strategy for your brand. But we help you with everything else, which for most people is as challenging as doing your advertising, right? finding the right product partner, finding the right label designer or developer for your website. I mean, there's just so many options out there that it's very difficult to decide which one is the best one, right? So we try to have everything in-house so that you deal with one person and one person only, right? Which is us, Rocktomic, instead of having to do this with 5 or 7 or 8 different people. Okay? So far so good? You guys are following me? Okay, cool. Let's talk about the item number 6, okay? Which is, with traditional manufacturers, you have to pay or buy upfront the labels for your products, right? So you have to do upfront investment for label printing, okay? And that can be a very, very big expense, right? So if you have bought from a traditional manufacturer, let's say 5 or 7,000 units, you also have to buy 5 to 7,000 labels, and you have to buy those up front, and you have to label all that inventory up front, and you gotta have it somewhere sitting, waiting to be fulfilled when you sell it. And guess what? Labels, they start losing color, in time. Maybe at the place that you have them has a little bit of humidity, and that can affect, the glue on the labels, and they may come off. So when they arrive to your customers, they're like outside of the bottle, or they look horrible. So when you're buying labels up front, it's a big expense and also a big risk. Okay, and so with Rocktomic, there is no need for you to buy labels up front. Okay, because what we do is, when we receive an order in the system from your online store, at that time, we print the label and we apply it on your bottle before we ship it to your customer. So we do on-demand label printing. And we do that for every single unit that leaves the warehouse. Every single day when we're fulfilling orders, that's when we're printing for those labels. And so you only pay us for the label printing service as we fulfill orders. Again, all your expenses per order, you only pay us for them when you sell that order. So you're basically paying us with money that you have already collected from your customer. So there is absolutely no risk. And yes, you guys can ask any question that you want, and as I go through the presentation, I'll be happy to answer that question. Okay? So yes, we offer on-demand label printing, which means that you do not have to pay for labels up front. You cover the cost of label printing with a fulfillment fee, which is a flat fee of $2 per unit. Okay, that is our fulfillment fee, $2 per unit, and that covers a lot. It covers label printing and the application of that label. It covers pick and pack. It covers the materials and the labor, and basically all the overhead that we need to implement to get that one bottle fulfilled for you. Okay, so it's a very, very small amount, and you don't have to deal with all the work that goes behind it. That's, I think, the best benefit. Okay, so it's a $2 per unit flat fulfillment fee, and that covers label printing, application, materials, pick and pack, labor, and all the overhead for us to get that order prepared for the shipping. Okay, so essentially, when we're fulfilling orders for you, there's 3 things that you need to pay. You need to pay for the wholesale cost of the product, and you can find the wholesale cost of each item in our catalog. We have fully disclosed the pricing per unit, which very, very few manufacturers and suppliers actually do, right? Most catalogs that you can get out there, like, you have to call them, you have to send an email, or you have to do an application before they tell you how much. Yeah, we don't want to do that, right? You can just download the catalog from our funnel, from our website, and you can see all the information about the products. You can see everything: certificate of analysis, the label template, the price per unit, the supplement facts panel, all the features of the product, if it's organic, if it's non-GMO, if it's sugar-free, etc. So you have all the information right there on the catalog. I'm confident that our catalog is the most complete catalog out there from any other supplier or manufacturer of supplements, and you guys can do your due diligence to verify on that. But we have all the information there for you to check. Okay. So yes, we offer on-demand label printing. That means that we print labels and apply them to your products as we fulfill, not prior. Okay, so you're saving money and you're not having the risk of getting those labels ruined if you print them ahead of time and you have them sitting at some warehouse, right? And then we have the last thing that we're going to go over today, right? Which is most manufacturers do not provide additional support or services for you to create your brand. Okay, again, and I've been saying this throughout the presentation, most manufacturers, their job is to sell you the bottle. That's it. Sell you the product, and with that, they're done. And then you have to figure out the rest. And the rest is a lot, right? So most manufacturers, they just sell you the product, and so they don't provide additional support or services. But Rocktomic Labs has created a full suite of services, such as content development. We have consulting. We have a branding book services. We can create as many labels. We can create your website, and in your website we can do different types of structures. We can do subscription boxes so that your customers can subscribe to a monthly supply of product, and we have what we call auto shipments, which is if somebody subscribes to your products, Rocktomic will ship every 15 or every 30 days or whatever you set. We'll ship all those products on auto shipment, and that's actually one of the things that I recommend when you're starting, is to create subscriptions for your products. And that way you focus on building your customer base, right? You're not trying to get that customer to buy from you every single month, right? So you only spend money to acquire that customer once, and then he'll be buying from you automatically every single month for their selected products. And so at that point, all you're doing is you're building your customer base. You're having 10, 20, 500, 1,000 clients subscribed, and that's where the true value of e-commerce and supplements can be seen, right? That's when you get the true value of this type of business model, is having people buying products from you on autopilot. Okay, so you only invest once to get that customer in your pipeline, and then all you gotta do is just make sure that you're providing the best customer support so that they can continue buying from products from you month after month. The truth of the matter is that somebody who takes supplements, they don't take them once and that's it, right? Buying a supplement is not like buying a house. It's not like buying a car, right? People don't buy it and that's it. You know, like they need to get their supplement intake every 15, 20, every 30 days. And so it only makes sense to have a subscription type of deal in your website so that they can get that in a very easy, quick way. Because nobody wants to go online and buy every single month, and nobody wants to put their credit card every time. So, you know, that's why the subscription models are so successful. You know, you just put your information one time, you select your products that you want every single month, and then all that, we can set it up for you in your site, and in our fulfillment services, we can support that 100%. And we have several clients that have been able to grow and scale their businesses through the subscription model, which is what I recommend personally, okay? But we offer all types of services to help you create and launch your brand. We offer consulting services where we can help you create your business model. We have an amazing team member in my staff. His name is Naveen. He's our head product consultant, and he can talk to you about what your target audience is, and he can actually make a recommendation on what products to sell to that person. And he's extremely knowledgeable to make those calls. So we have a lot of support. I mean, the ultimate goal here, guys, is that you can sell as much as possible. That's the ultimate goal, right? That you guys can create your brand and that you can sell as much as you can, because that's how you make money. And that's how Rocktomic makes money as well, is through product sales, right? So we want to help you with that as much as we can. Now, keep in mind that your advertising and your marketing is on you to figure it out, but we want to support you with the process of creating and launching that brand so that you find success with our business model, okay? Okay, so I have a question here. How are we going to sponsor and advertise if we have no stock? Not sure I follow you with that question. Maybe if you can elaborate a little bit more on that question. And to get started, we have two memberships. We have our VIP membership, which is $197. It's a very low, ridiculous price, but that just covers the expenses to get you onboarded. With the $197 membership, you get access to all the supplements in the catalog. we can create as many as 5 labels for 5 different products for you, and then you have to create your own website, and then we will go ahead and integrate it with our fulfillment software. Okay, so that's one option. And then the other option that we have is $5,000. That's the Ultimate Branding Bundle. With this $5,000 package, we give you unlimited label design, unlimited website design, so we can upload as many products as you want to your website. We can also develop the content of your website, and we provide consultation and help you on a one-on-one basis so that you can create and launch your brand and business. Okay, but even at the $5,000 price range, it's nothing to compare to the actual investment that you would need to make if you were to work with a traditional manufacturer. We're talking north of $75,000 if you were to do this on your own with a traditional manufacturer. And this is considering all the inventory that you need to buy, warehousing fees, branding and regulatory compliance fees, fulfillment setup, online store setup and integration, label printing, investment, and any other services that you may require along the way. So with Rocktomic Labs, you have all of that for just a fraction of the price, either the $197 membership or the $5,000 membership. And I'm gonna put here in the comments, I'm gonna put the link to both options. So if you guys wanna take a look at the memberships and review what's included, and you guys wanna make a decision to move forward, then you'll have that information here for you to do so. Okay, so these are the two options that you really have when starting a supplement brand. You can go the traditional route, and you can spend $75,000, $100,000 and have all the risk, or you can work with Rocktomic for a very minimum investment. And both options, the $197 and the $5,000, both are a one-time thing. Okay, so it's a one-time investment of the $197 membership or the $5,000 one. And again, those fees just cover all the expenses of all the work that we need to provide so that you can have a functional brand ready to go. Okay, so what I'm going to put here on the chat is I'm going to put a link. So for those of you who want to book a consultation with me directly, you can do so with that link. Okay, and in that consultation, the idea is if you're ready to get started and you just have a few questions, you can just book a call with me and I'll be happy to talk to you and answer those questions so that you can get started. If you have any concerns, if there's anything that you want to check on, then that consultation is for that specific purpose, right? Is to make sure that you guys have all your answers and all the information before you sign up. Okay, so that's the link for you to book a call directly with me. Okay, I'm not gonna redirect you to a salesperson or somebody in my team. These consultations are directly with me, and I'm one of the founders of the company, and so there is nobody better to get all the direct information from than me, right? So that's that link, and then let me share with you the sign-up links for the $197 membership if you want to take a look at it, and also the $5,000 Ultimate Branding Bundle option. Give me just 1 second here to get those links for you. And that way you guys can review all of our options that we have right now for you to create your brand. Okay, so there is the link for our $197 membership, so you guys can review that. And then now I'm going to share with you the Ultimate Branding Bundle link, so you can also see everything that's included in this amazing membership that we actually just put together a few months back. It's a very, very new option that we have. There you go. And yes, if you sign up with the $197, you can upgrade later to the Ultimate Branding Bundle. That's not a problem. We do ask that you do it soon, right? Because if you already have everything done with the $197 option, there's really no purpose in you upgrading, right? The idea is that you start the setup, or you continue the setup from the early stages with the Ultimate Branding Bundle if that's the option that you want to go for. Okay, Here I have another question. Can I change the return address on the package sent out to my business address? I'm referring to the from portion. So if we're talking about the shipping label, the answer is no. We cannot change the address in the shipping label of where the order is being shipped from, because the system can only print the address of where the package is actually being shipped from, right? What you can do is you can add a note to every shipping label that says for returns, you may return to this other address. And that's something that my integration team can help you with. So if you're a client, you can reach out to the integration team through a ticket, and you can request to have your return address on the notes of the shipping label, so that customers can use that. But the actual ship from address that's on the shipping label, that cannot be changed because it's printed by the system, and the system is set up to ship from our warehouse, from our address. And so technically we cannot change that. So let me know if that makes sense. Okay, awesome guys. So there you have the two links for the two options of memberships that we currently have. And above those two links, you have the link to book a call with me. So if you want to talk about your brand and how we can help you, please book a call and I'll be happy to elaborate and help you and see if we're a good fit, right? The idea is that we see if we're a good fit for each other, so that you can start your brand with the proper partner, okay? All right, awesome. Well, there's my email, so if you guys want to reach out to me directly to my email, there you have it. It's m.garcia@rocktomic.com. Again, I'm one of the co-founders and I'm the Chief Operating Officer here at Rocktomic Labs. Thank you so much for your time today in this live presentation. I hope that all the information provided to you can help you understand what it is that we do and how we do it. And in the next couple of days, we're going to have more presentations with more information so that you guys can have as much data as possible before you make a decision of working with us. Okay? So thank you guys, and we look forward to working with you. Okay? You have a good evening. Stay safe and make sure you take your supplements. All right? Take care. Bye.